Namaste, and welcome to Namaste Today in the Zodiac Weather. My name is Christopher Witecki. I am the sensei to Sirius Joy, here to stand in my heart and walk in the light. So nice of you to join me today on my walk. It's a beautiful day in the Temple of Gaia. I'm love casting in 5 dimensions, and the date is Wednesday, December 10th, 2014. We've almost completed a year, my friend. The sun is in Sagittarius, and today things are going to be flowing. Thus, this beautiful waterfall I chose today. Today, Step 18 rules the day. This is the step I was born to, by the way. I'm a natural born Step 18, so I do love this step. I love making decisions. I love acting on them. And today is exactly what we do with that. Because the sun is in Sagittarius, it is time to decide and act on what you truly believe in. Now, you might be light casting a situation that calls this into your life, something you've been working on in your life for a long time, or a relationship, a job change, a consideration of a relocation. It can really play out in any way, shape, or form. But the root, the seed of what's going on right now is people are making new decisions and moving into new directions, and we are exploring new philosophies about life, looking and opening up to our possibilities. But today, it's time to take some action. Before we take that action, though, let's first set up the day by taming our brain with the phrase of the day. I am ready to act on my latest decisions, and so it is. That's what you say. You say that so you're ready to act when the right time comes. That's something I've learned as a Step 18, let me tell you. The timing. Timing is everything, and that's part of it. So what you do is you tame your brain to say, hey, we're ready to act. We're not going to hesitate at that moment, and we're not going to debate what it is we act on. If we already decided we're going to do this, we're going to act on it. So smartass, upload that to your consciousness, right? And that's really what the phrase of the day is about, is setting our mind, which is a big part of our power, in the right direction and preparing it and letting it observe and be ready for what we need to pull off. So I'm ready to act on my latest decisions. I don't know about you. And today the serious step of the day is Step 18. This comes down to we love and trust, 10, or the 1, love. And we add our decisions, and this leads to some sort of an action. Now, in my experience, the universe will provide the window to step through, or the door to open and step through. And it's, this is where junior grasshoppers push and master grasshoppers wait for the right moment. But either way, it's time to act on our decisions. Now let's see how our chakras light up. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. For starters, we are working on Sagittarius. So by putting into action today, whatever it is you believe, you are officially pushing forward the light casting of that event. So everything tied to that philosophy. And it kind of depends on how deep we're going here, right? Sometimes people make very, very, I would say, harsh or critical changes right now, like they leave a church or they join a cult. This can happen at this stage. But in essence, we are making a decision today that is going to carry us for probably about a year with some rapids and some momentum. That's because Saturn is entering into Sagittarius on Christmas Eve. So today, we are light casting our vision. Now, adding to that, Step 8, the decision of yesterday, was where we were closing off in the back of our vision where things will not go, where we don't want to go, which therefore opens up everything in the future. And that brings us to the root chakra down there at the red bottom. That is the action. So today you might feel a little jumpy. Your root might feel a little randy. That is all part of the hyper dog, ready to jump and ready to act. And a good way to ground your root chakra so you don't kind of jump too soon is to do a little physical exercise. Go ahead and tame your body, not just your brain. So let's take a look at today's planets. What does God have cooking up for us up there in the stars? Well, for starters, the sun is at Step 18. Step 18 Sagittarius, so we are chugging along here and crafting our direction and our philosophies about things. We have a bit of a party going on up here in space. In fact, Venus has just moved into Capricorn. So giving and receiving is going to be about business now. And we're going to talk about giving and receiving in business. And this is kind of the business side of Christmas, by the way, where suddenly it starts to feel extremely Christmas commercial-like, right? That's Venus moving in there. Mercury is ahead, the Sun is following, and then Saturn is at step 28, tying up the caboose. Now, Venus at step 0 Capricorn means that we are going to really begin to have inner discussion about what the rules are. Pluto will be step 13 Capricorn all next year, which means that we'll be transforming and stepping into this. So this is the very beginning of a conversation of what should the rules be. Now Saturn is at step 28 Scorpio, and that is testing, basically manifesting our emotional boundaries. So in essence, it's kind of like God slaps you on the back, or there's wet cement. Right now, where you put your emotional limits will be the default emotional limits for you until you dig it up and really look at it again. Saturn is on his way to Sagittarius Christmas Eve, and so this is the final test of your emotional boundaries. You don't really want to waver right now. Mars, masculine energy, is way ahead in step 3. Step 3, of course, Sagittarius, that's a Sagittarius 5, in Aquarius. So we are now moving on Aquarius reorganization, whether we see it or not. And a lot of the momentum of Mars now, or the masculine energy, is to ascend, to make things better. This is a good thing, really. And then the Grand Trine that has just been humming along is still on fire, although Jupiter is retrograde now in this equation, along with Aries, Uranus and Aries. And so what this means is that we are going to kind of go into a slumber, kind of an inner winter, if you will. Both these planets retrograding in means that we settle into our heart and we settle into our new male energy, our new masculine energy. So today when you're taking action, it's likely the new male energy that we've been working on, the ego, the new ego, how to be strong and humble, right? Whatever that might be. And so we'll be stepping into that. Now, one of the viewers asked, will we still see fortune? Yes, as Jupiter retrogrades and the sea pulls back, the tide pulls back, it reveals all sorts of goodies from the last 6 months' work. So it's going to be an interesting time. But today, by making a decision, the sun, the consciousness, our heart, our love at the top there, with our mind just a couple steps ahead, that decision does kind of influence, the direction that Uranus and Jupiter will retrograde, or that will look back in our heart for the next 6 months. So it's a very influential 24 hours, although subtle. And the moon is in Leo. I should have a little purr sound there. And we are now feeling both Juno and Jupiter. Oh my God, that's funny. Both Juno and Jupiter. Say that 100 times. Juno and Jupiter are both in Leo. Juno is still direct for the moment. Jupiter has retrograded. But we are feeling together these two energies. Watch yesterday's show for what Juno represents. But our relationships are heading a certain direction with Juno. And also our hearts are heading a certain direction with Jupiter. And today, with the moon in Leo, we're beginning to feel this. Now, in about 24 hours, when the moon crosses Jupiter, I'm predicting a lot of people are going to feel some elation. And this brings us to today's Sensei Sunrise. We're in Step 18 Sagittarius, and climbing up the scales of consciousness here. Ding! This is way at the top, almost at the penthouse floor. So, in essence, no matter where you are, and we'll talk about the Zodiac weather today for each of the 12 signs, exactly as you are deciding and taking action and where that is, the action we're taking today is about the beliefs that we are enacting, our acting beliefs, We have what we believe in the core, then we act on that or we don't act on that, and that brings us to the higher conversation of life purpose. Where is this all going anyways? That sort of thing. Do we go to heaven? Those types of questions come up after you get past step 20. I had just said a couple days ago, if you're watching, that the United States will likely get into some sort of philosophical discussion about the way we should be or not be. And this recent CIA report about how we tortured people in the Bush era has opened up the conversation. So as we move forward in our acting beliefs, we are already starting to discuss that future vision of where we're going nationally and, of course, personally in each person's life. So the way this adds up is that you want to walk out of the house feeling at least a solid 10, preferably an 11 all right? Where you love and trust yourself, that's manifest, and be conscious of the decisions you've made before you leave the house. I always recommend that. It's like, okay, I decided that I'm not going to talk to her or whatever. You know what I mean? And if you put that into play, it kind of plays out for you. In fact, you know, if you start to pay attention to consciousness on a day like today, a Step 18 day, you will find that the universe and reality responds really quickly. You walk out the door loving and trusting yourself with the decisions in your heart, and you will see reality arrange for you to act in accordance. You will see it unfold. You will see the opportunity today. And that's the other part of it, is when to act. Well, I'll give you some clues here after the little break on exactly when to act and what to look for in the Daily Gong after this, my friend.
Having a hard time with love lasting long enough? How often is your first date your last date? Have you noticed that your relationships last no more than 2 days? They say love never lasts, but in your case, it doesn't even start. Your birthday is a secret soul security number. We know everything about you, how you love, how you lust, and how you like to be lusted by. In one video, you'll understand what you're looking for in love and what you offer. Secrets of Birthdays, now available at secretsofbirthdays.com.
Oh, I wish I could just be hanging out in a pond like this and meditating today. Welcome back to soulmart.me. This is our little trading post. Incidentally, I have a 15-minute step reading. If you're curious about your step number, I mentioned mine is Step 18. You can find out yours for just $39.95. It's a 15-minute reading. It's MP3 recorded on Skype or over the phone, whichever you prefer. And you can checkbox it and give it away as a gift, too. Also, right now, my readings have reached the lowest price they will this year. Buy 1 hour, get a 30-minute reading, free reading or follow-up, as I like to say, in the new year for just $99. And I've opened up some dates there in that week between Christmas and New Year, so if you want to lightcast what 2015 will be, I'm happy to be of soul service. Another great gift is the Secrets of Birthdays Love and Lust Report for just $19.95. And if you have to give someone at work a gift, you know, like $20 raffle sort of thing, find out their date of birth. This is super cool, and you can make this a gift certificate as well. Don't forget to join my email list, my very important soul email list, where I send out special gifts and coupon codes from time to time. You can sign up at soulmart.me. And also, yeah, everything's at soulmart.me. That's a good little wrap up there. So let's now move on to today's a little advice in our Daily Gong. Loving the water imagery, things moving, things flowing, feels so good. Today, you want to walk your talk. And you might go, oh yeah, you always should walk your talk. But no. On a Step 9 day, it's actually pretty important to walk your talk. There's a reason why in the tribal world we used to do rituals, you know. I know we did animal sacrifices and that sort of thing, but it wasn't really the sacrifice as much as it was putting into action and showing the universe that you are serious according to your cultural terms. So we all have to put into action. This is why there's ritual in the old religions, right? Putting into action, doing the ritual. At least you can say you did something. But really, when it comes to consciousness and people are like, hey, when is the right time to make your move? Well, I find that when you walk your talk, when each step is with purpose in your day and you are feeling who you are, you will see immediately the right opportunity open up. Because when we're walking our talk and we're living truly in our heart and we're putting into motion, which usually is when we perform, you know, those are the moments that we see in front of our eyes life change. And because we're in the dance with the universe at that time and other people are dancing, cool things unfold in front of you. So walk your talk, put your light into motion today, and see what doors open right in front of your eyes. But before you walk your talk, let's take a look at the modes of each of your brothers and sisters today and where they are walking their talk, putting into motion Step 18. But I must say, my apologies to the crabs yesterday. I forgot Step 2. And isn't that funny and ironic and poetic that I skipped Step 2? That's my whole problem in life, is I skip my feelings, and I'm learning how to get back to it, so my apologies. But let's start first with our Step 0s, the Scorpios. Sunny and professional today for the Scorpios, with the moon moving into Leo. You are feeling where your career is going to play out now that Jupiter has retrograded. But it is time today to step up and raise your prices. That means actually tell them they owe you. Step 1's the Leo, sunny and cool with the moon in their sign, but it's time to act on your personal dreams. Don't just talk about it, Your Majesty. Don't just daydream about it. Do it. Step 2's the Crabs, the Cancer, sunny, productive, manifesting abundance today, but it's time to act on changing daily lifestyle. So if you said you were going to quit this or start that or start your diet tomorrow, today. Even a little step will get it started. Step 3 is the Sagittarius. Happy birthday to them. Sunny and super passionate today with the moon in Leo, but you want to act on your character and act on your willpower. So this is not a day to make threats, and this is a day to do what you say you'll do. Step 4, the Aqua is sunny and sentimental. It's time to make your move in the world. That may be giving notice, passing out a resume, whatever, but do it and put it forward today. Step 5, the Gemini is cloudy and pensive, maybe sunny, partly sunny and pensive is really it. But time to make your move in relationships. That's probably officially leaving the one distraction and pointing towards the one you know. And most Geminis are always considering 2. Step 6, the Librans, sunny and social today, but time to act on legal, creative ideas, or a certain connection with a certain someone. Act on it today. Step 7, the Pisces, sunny, hypersensitive to their reality today, but it's time to take that career chance now. And I know you don't know where it's going. None of us know where it's going, but we got to take that swim forward. Even though you're feeling sensitive, make that move today. Step 8, the Capricorns, cloudy and private today, but it's time to act on your inner faith. So, by the way, that means there will be no evidence. That means there will be no proof. That means you don't know how it'll turn out, but you have to act on it. This is why you can stand on the ledge. Step 9, the Aries, sunny and childlike with the moon in Leo, but it's time to walk your talk and act on your beliefs 100%, Ram. Step 10 is the Tauruses, sunny, nesting, and resting today, but time to act to protect your life and or connect to someone. Taurus is working on Into Me I See, the premise of intimacy. And then finally, the Virgins, cloudy and spiritual today. Time to act on family needs and or emotional security. So that might be as simple as giving notice to a landlord or giving notice to a tenant or deciding you're going to redo your closet. I know it's cliche, but it's kind of where you are today. All right, and if you're watching, we have what we call the Lightwalker Parade, which are videos that follow this to help you on your way, starting with the final in the Doomsday Snacks, bagels. Bagels are uber bad for you, and Damon Perry will explain why and how they can kill you in your sleep. And Modern Mommies is back and taping today at 7 p.m. Eastern. They're doing baby wear. I'll be talking with the ladies, being there live today. This is fun, brings back memories of when my child was an infant. And if you're watching on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe. It helps with our relationship with them. If you'd like to be our friend on Facebook, soulgarden.me will take you straight there. And don't forget to join our very important soul email list so I can send you a Christmas card and some other things. And the kindest thing you can do, which I have noticed, is to retweet us, we talk about us, Facebook us, whatever. Tell your friends and family about soulgarden.tv if you think we could bring a little light into their day. And that brings us to our new rock and roll gospel of the day. That's what I'm calling it now, the rock and roll gospel of the day. I think we all need some rock and roll gospel. I think we need to get in the Holy Spirit. And today we're continuing with our little trend of Sagittarius artists and a great song for a Step 18 day, Dancing with Myself. Billy Idol, who is a Sagittarius, if you don't know, and an actor. Pretty cool dude. He is a Step 7 Sag, if you want to know. So, a spiritual Sag. So funny, the spiritual ones always look rough and vice versa. Isn't that true? But hey, if you have any problems today, at least get up and dance with yourself. I will see you tomorrow, my friends. I love you. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, which is tomorrow. Live, love, be.
This is just so ironic.
So